Chanukah, oh Chanukah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll all have a treat. C'est vivant to play with.
Shira, and welcome to Friday Up Reena Again. You may know me as the event manager at Reena Foundation, but today this is not a fundraising event. I am so honored to be asked to be your MC for tonight's Latka demo. Now, what is Chanukah without latkes? I mean, nothing really. And today we're going to make these amazing, crispy, delicious, latkes that you're going to prepare at home. First and foremost, it's really important to do the following. Make sure you have all your ingredients out first. We've got potatoes, we've got some eggs, we've got onions, a pinch of salt, pepper, flour, really good grating hands. And if you have a machine or a Cuisinart at home, this might be worth it for you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, after you've peeled and done everything, we're going to start by grating the potatoes. And here we go. As I'm grating, I'm just making sure that they were actually dry. You can see when you start grating a potato, it might get a little bit watery. That's okay. This is just dry right now because it was chilled. So secret to keeping your potato from being a little bit watery, chill it ahead of time. And here we go. So one of the questions we're always asked is, why do we eat latkes? You know what? I'll tell you. It's because it's fried in oil. And we all know about Chanukah as a great holiday where that miracle of oil lasted for how many nights? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You said 8, then you're great. That is exactly the miracle that lasted. This little bit of oil is why we actually eat oily foods. And there are other oily foods that we eat as well. My favorite, aside from latkes, is sufganiyot, those amazing jelly donuts that we have, but now they're really fancy. And chocolate and caramel and creme brulee, and I think anything that you can put in a donut. So, but I'm basic and I kind of like this. So we're gonna keep grating and grating and grating until we got all nicely done. And the other question we ask is, what is a lepka? Why would they even call it a lepka? What is a lepka? A lepka is actually Yiddish. It means pancake. So if you see afterwards, the way that we form them, we make them into these little beautiful potato pancakes that are ready to go because that's why they're called that. So I'm going to keep going without trying to, get to the end. Usually we use about 4 to 6 potatoes. For this demo, I'm only going to use, 1 or 2 because I don't think you want to grate much and continue to grate. I'm not that great at grading. But what I am doing is we're going to get ready for the next thing. So the next thing on our list is onions. And if you're like me, cutting onions is not the most exciting experience because it kind of makes you fry. So my first plan of attack for onions, glasses. Okay? Always wear something, maybe some eye shield, some glasses, something to protect your eyes. And if it looks like you're crying, you just tell people it's okay. I was cooking, I made onions. So here we go. Almost done the potato. Great. All my might. I'm almost done. What does yours look like? I want to see. Wow. Good job, guys. Thank you. I'm talented at cooking our residents. And I'm sure the families are amazing too. So keep grating and you'll become really great at it. I know, my pens got funny. All right, almost there. All right, now you will see, look, beautiful. If they get brown, it's okay. A lot of times people think that if it's brown, it's bad. It's not. It just means that a little bit of oxygen touched the potato and it oxidized, but it's still good and you can certainly use it. So the next one is our beautiful onion. I'm going to cut it in half. I don't like things too oniony. I'm also doing half the portion because usually I do 4. So if you can always take your recipe and make it smaller if you have a little bit of time, if you want a little bit. If you want more quantity of it, usually a typical recipe makes about 18 to 20. If you want more, you double the recipe. If you want less, you can have all the things in the ingredient box. So I'm going to have the onions. And you can see I'm not crying. Amazing. Even I'm surprised, so don't worry. We're going to keep going. Okay, now I can feel it. Chanukah is so happy and joyous, and yet I'm crying. Now I'm going to keep going. Almost there. Kind of hard at the end, so just be really careful. Don't this is not a game to go as fast as you can. I think the most exciting part is just getting to see it, make into the ingredients that are good and just go at your own pace. There's nothing that's too fast or too slow. Okay. So here you go. You can see my combination of potatoes and my combination of onion. I like to give it a little bit of a mix. Okay. Got a good texture, good consistency. And there you have it. My next thing on my list to do is to put in some eggs. Now, eggs are one of those ingredients that you want to make sure they're kosher, and you also be careful with the knife. One of the things you do is I always break my eggs first, just to make sure, if I don't put the egg shells in them, just to make sure that there's nothing that's not pure about them, that there's nothing inside. You can see, right? Perfect egg. There's no blood. There's nothing in there. That's fine. Usually I will put that now in here as well. I'll do it one at a time just to make sure every egg is pure and kosher. As you can see. I'll put my third one. All perfect. And there you go. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pinch. And when people say a pinch, I never actually know what that means. So I'll do my own little bit. Some people say a pinch. I kind of like it a little bit salty. I take a little bit in my hands. I'll put some over and a little bit in. Pepper the same, usually a pinch, kind of like a teaspoonful, put a little bit in. And then the baking powder. The baking powder itself too. This is more of a tablespoon. Sorry, I said baking powder. I meant flour, sorry. Thank you. The flour, usually it's about a tablespoon. So if you can see, I'll put about 1 tablespoon. And what it does is there's a couple of things. So the egg itself binds, which means that it kind of sticks everything together. And the flour acts as a way to kind of make it, a little bit crispy and keep it together. So I'm just going to mix it. You can use your fingers, you can use your hands, you can use whatever you want to use. You can see it's a little bit watery. So I'm actually going to put in a little bit more flour. After I put in 2 tablespoons of flour. It's okay. You can put in more, you can put in less. It just gives it a little bit more of a harder texture. And then it's easier to fry. And you can see. There's also sometimes, like if you don't grate a little things, you can take them out. It's okay. You don't have to have the full pieces of, like I have of onion just sitting in there. That's how amazing my cooking skills are. But a little bit less. And you can actually see that it's all nicely mixed together now. There's no powder. There's nothing together. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to take out my gloves. And we are going to go over to the fryer. The fryer is my favorite place because it's the place where it gets to make these delicious, treats. So come with me. So this is my kitchen. As you can see, we've already fried up some beautiful lentils for us. They're crispy, they're golden. What you want to do is make sure that you can use any oil. How preferred for this particular demo, we're using vegetable oil. Make sure you have your pan on. You can see the pan, the light on the ring. There you go. Okay, we're going to heat it a little bit. Put in a little bit of oil to fry it, and we're going to let it get a little bit warm. How do we know when it's ready? I test. A little bit of a test, right? So I'm going to wait till I think it's got a little bit of heat. We're going to put a little bit in, and we're going to see how fast it fries well. Once it fries really, really well, then I know it's ready for the rest. So a couple things that I do, aside from eat all of them, because after all, I'm just here for the lentils. One of the things that I do is I like to use things that are easy and found around your house. Like latkes shouldn't be something hard to make, right? So ice cream scoops, fantastic. I am going to test a little bit. You can see this is the thing you do is you put in a little bit of a bowl. You can see I'm going to scoop it in again. A melon bowl and as well spatula. Okay, what I do, I put them on my hand, which I've washed already. So there you go. I wash a little bit. I pat it down. Get a really good look at it. It's okay if there's a little bit of water that comes out. Don't worry about it. It's going to be perfect. And we're going to put it in there. Did you hear the sizzle? That means that automatically oil is ready to go. And we're going to put in a little bit more. So I'm going to do that. And I think we're going to do, you know what, let's see what the difference is between the two. This one I kind of made a little bit beforehand because truthfully I didn't know how that one would turn out. Professional 101. What I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to use this one. The one that we just made. So you can see it's a little bit watery. That's okay. It's okay to be watery. You know, that's no problem. We're going to scoop it up like the other ones. A little bit too much. We're going to put it in our hand. We're gonna do a little bit of a pat cake with latke. It's pancake. That's what I told you before. It's Yiddish for pancakes. And we're gonna put it in a little bit like, and we're gonna see it go. It's gonna become a little bit golden. And people are like, how do you know when it's ready? It has to be golden on both sides. Now, to determine that, I will show you. So you can see it's really hot. So be very careful. It's something that I don't like playing around with because you know, well, that's it. And I made it. I'm still looking for my.
It looks really good. But she did. Joanna just had in her hand.
Hands are oily, so be careful.
Let's see your latkes.
See? They're really crispy. Did you mean crispy? Wow. It's just a little too hot, so I'm going to turn it down. Sometimes you turn the ring on too high. And the ring at your house is going to be different than mine. I don't have a gas stove at my house. So this is a little bit hotter than usual for me. I would start a little bit softer. But you can see them getting a little bit crispy. Like that's the kind of like I like over here. I'm going to put in a little bit more. So scoop. Right, scoop, flat it, and put it. And I'm going to find, I'm trying to find, this is my assistant Joanna. Joanna, can you help me find what would you want me to do? I would love that's going to craft you up. I got plate. That's plate or something too. So we don't burn these, and they're all good. You know, when you're cooking in someone else's kitchen, it's fun. So you can see. There you go. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Okay. We're gonna just take them out. Sometimes what I like to do is I either like to put them on. I'll take that one. Thank you. I either like to put them on paper. to absorb the oil. Another great trick is actually one of these trays over here. You will see. Another one great one is you can either put it in a bowl. You can see what we've done over here by putting it in a pan. But other than that, that's kind of what we do. So you can see that. I mean, these are the ones that are, you know, taking a little bit of time. One of the questions people ask is, can we switch the oil? Sometimes I do. After you've fried for so many times, right? Sometimes the oil gets a little bit dark. One way to avoid oil from actually burning is to put in a carrot. When you're cooking, you can take a carrot at home, put it in there, and actually avoid this. We don't have a carrot on us right now, but if I was cooking this at home, I absolutely would have a carrot. You put it right in. You put the carrot right in the center of the ring. And it actually stops things from burning. So here we are. We're almost there. Oh no! What? Feel like this is like worst, but this oil is pretty hot, as you can see. That's okay. Very, very hot. And you can see it's getting very crispy, very fast.
They use the other spatula.
Whoa, I gotta take it off the, and take it off. It's a little bit too hot, and that's okay. But you understand the process, right? So you're gonna make sure that you put it in low. Okay, these were made before, that's why the oil is a little bit hotter. If you start with a little bit of a lower temperature, it'll build up to where it needs to be. And then what will happen is you'll have this beautiful crisp on both sides. And as you can see, these are the ones that are actually the finished product. All right, crispy, soft, a little bit delicate. And one of the things that I'm going to ask you guys is, after it goes on my eyes, is what do you like with them? So you know, once they're done, you can eat them hot, you can eat them cold. I have seen really cool things. I've seen people cook brisket on them as a delicious delicacy. I don't know. There's two camps. There's the sour cream camp. There's the applesauce camp. I'm a little bit of a sour cream. My family, applesauce. Another thing that we're going to do actually is we're going to take it up a level. Are you ready? So if you come with me, I'm going to show you what we're doing this year. It's off. Picture it off. I'll take it off. This is what we are doing this year. This year, we are going to have mabucha. Amazing. Look at these delicious dips. We've got ganoush, another amazing dip to use, and probably my favorite, but that's the hummus. And this is what we're going to use. If you look at everything that you buy at La Brioche for these particular ones, you'll see a green grown at the Reena Mega Farm. Yes, the actual produce themselves were grown in our mega farm. They're used for our Reena program to make these amazing, amazing products. So I'm very excited to kind of take it up a notch beyond my sour cream to making it a little bit more of a delicacy. And also, just like these ones right here, these are pure greens. Pure greens are grown in our hydroponic containers, all through Reena. And guess what? They are packaged by individuals in our Reena employment zone. Yeah, yes, our employment zone. They are green by our employees in our employment zone. They're phenomenal. Look at this produce, grown with Reena products, packaged by Reena employees. Amazing. These ones you can actually buy.
But the employees
One
are
second.
hired by.
No. This is the Reena employment zone. This is all La Brioche.
Where can you buy them?
That's a great question. So Reena Romaine Pro Greens, these you can buy at Sobeys or Olive Branch. Olive Branch is doing a fantastic promotion right now. If you sign up for their loyalty app, you can select your charity of choice. Reena Foundation is one of the options. They donate 1% of all sales to the charity of choice. So thank you. If you guys sign up, please, please, please look it up for Reena Foundation. These are actually Olive Branch and Sobeys. La Brioche, phenomenal, amazing produce. Delicious. Grown at Reena, made with love. And thank you for them for being an amazing partner, an amazing employer who supports our employment program. Thank you very much. That is it for Reena. Does anyone have any other questions? No? Well, that being said, it has been an absolute pleasure to help you guys celebrate and kick off your Chanukah with us. Thank you very much for looking at my demo. I have a challenge for everybody here. My challenge is, I want to see your latke. Show me your latke, okay? Our hashtag, send it to Sharon, our marketing manager. We want to see your beautiful golden latkes. And the hashtag is, show us your latke, okay? We want to get them out. We want to see what you like on them. Show us your most creative latkes. This is potatoes. Potatoes are basic. Why? Actually, a very good question. Potatoes were actually used in the early European, early Eastern Europeans, when they were making latkes. It was a very cheap produce or available to them, hence why they use latkes. Now it's become gourmet. You can have these latkes, you can have sour, sweet potato latkes, zucchini, anything. So they kind of made it up. I'm into the old fashioned, plain old fashioned girl. Just here for the latke and here for you. Thank you so much on behalf of everybody else at Reena. Chag Sameach. Happy Chanukah. Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you.